New hand-poured 9-inch trout swim baits from JSJ. A restock plus some new colors of the hand-tied punch skirts from Hideki Teckel. And one of the largest OSP restocks plus new baits that we've ever done. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle. The Hookup Tackle is the world's largest showcase of Megabass products, featuring baits and colors not found at any other dealer. The Hookup also offers a wide display of OSP, Evergreen, Depths, Lucky Craft, Jackal, and many more. The Hookup Tackle is owned and operated by family, is staffed by guides and verified tackle nerds who love helping anglers elevate their craft. If you're in the Phoenix area, we'd love to have you stop by our showroom and check out the wonderful world of Megabass and the Hookup for yourself. If you shop online, there are almost 10,000 SKUs of Megabass products alone, with hundreds of other companies and new products being added daily. So next time you're looking for that hard to find bait, that color your fish have never seen before, or maybe you just want to elevate your game, look at thehookuptackle.com. What is up, my friends? Happy Sunday. I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, aka the Tackle Otaku on Instagram, being joined by my buddy Jeffrey the King. We are the Hookup Tackle USA. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle, where we highlight new product drops as well as important restocks, anything exciting that happened this week. So, hope you guys are having a great weekend. Jeff, what is up, my friend?
I feel like I'm here every week at the same time.
Isn't that amazing?
It's so odd.
Now, a couple of housekeeping notes. Speaking of being here at the same time every week, this is the last week for a couple of weeks that you and I are going to have this type of drop. So next week is Labor Day weekend. Jeff is heading to New York to do some shooting with Hippie up at the St. Lawrence. I am heading to Los Angeles to do a hangout sesh and meet and greet with some of you guys, hopefully. So we'll do something. Not sure exactly what it's going to be. So stay tuned. It won't be our normal broadcast for a couple weeks, but it's going to be fun to, get to see and meet a bunch of you guys. So on the LA thing. So next weekend, next Saturday, I think that's the 4th of September. I don't have a calendar in front of me, and I haven't drinking my Orion, so I'm not like super crisp. I'm gonna have to go get that so I can make it through all of this, understand what I'm talking about. But next Saturday in Orange County, Long Beach, LA area, I will post deets on my Instagram. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. I'm gonna bring a bunch of shit with me. I'm gonna bring all my best rods, Megabass rods, Steez rods, my favorite reels. Our friends at Lucky Craft are gonna join us. We're gonna bring a bunch of baits. We're gonna show you, what we've been working on, some of our favorite things for fishing, urban ponds, and we want you guys to experience it. So come cast my gear, throw it around, play some baits, and just hang out, right? So jump over to my Instagram, Tackle Otaku, and get dates. You New Yorkers, we're gonna do the same thing the following week. So Jeff and I are gonna work on this afternoon. We're gonna find exactly where and time, and I will post that as well. And then stay tuned, I got a bunch of things planned over the next 6 months. We're gonna go all over the place and hopefully meet a bunch of you. Sound good, Jeff?
Yeah.
All
it
right.
should be exciting.
You're gonna be on the road with Hippie for a week.
Yeah, it's daunting.
Yeah.
Because I've never done it before.
Are you ready for that?
No.
It's going to be an experience for you. I'm excited to see what you guys create together.
I can't wait to see your LA Orange County vlog.
You know what? I'm going to vlog it myself.
Oh.
I don't even need a camera guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Stay tuned. It's probably going to be our most viewed piece on this channel.
Is that really what's going to happen?
Yeah, after that, we're probably going to have the #1 channel in Arizona. Oh, wait.
You're still... Actually, I looked the other day. You're actually trailing still. Yeah,
really?
I'm still in the lead.
Some cocksucker's beating me? Damn it.
I think I'm up by 500.
Do you hear that, everybody?
No.
You can't let Jeff beat me. Right? Please.
Please unsubscribe from this channel.
If you love these Sunday episodes, please subscribe. No unsubscribers. Unsubscribe to Jeff, maybe.
Well,
yeah, if you're following Crazy Bass Fisher, stop for a little bit. You can go back later. All right, let's talk about some baits. Actually, hold on. I need a fucking beer.
Wow, already.
Yeah. If it's Orion, it's always the right time.
I see you reposted Orion ad on your Instagram story.
Yeah, I'm going to tweak that ad, actually. I think I could do a better job. Are you up for the challenge, Jeff?
Let's do an Orion ad. I think we could maybe come up with something.
Oh, I've got some ideas.
Oh, shit.
It involves a bunch of hot chicks.
Oh.
It's going to be good.
ASU.
My wife's not going to listen to this episode. Yeah, ASU's good. Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are doing well. Just like that, I'm back.
That's it?
That's it. That's all it takes. That's not the sign of a problem, by the way.
No, absolutely not.
Just
That's
thirst.
not addiction at all.
Thirst. All right. Huge OSP restock this week. Probably one of the biggest restocks we've done, plus some exciting drops of some new items and some new items for us. So let's start right here. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting on this. This is the brand new crankbait release from OSP. This is the Blitz Magnum SR. Now, this kind of carries through the next size edition of the Magnum series. This is definitely becoming a trend into some of these bigger crankbaits. Now, this guy has literally just blown up Japan, and while it is designed to be obviously a crankbait, right? Designed to have a big profile in shallow water, what this thing also does, and I don't know if it was intended to do this or this is a very happy accident, and I like happy accidents.
Yeah.
You can walk this thing. So what a lot of guys are doing is they're just cranking it slightly under the surface and then they're just walking it. You can walk it with the reel or your rod tip and it will walk, and you have this big profile, totally silent. A lot of guys are adding a feathered trailer to the back just to get another kind of articulation out of it. It's a super dope bait. So it will eventually be available in about 15 colors. We see 6 colors land for the initial release. So we see Sexy Shad that I have here. We see a green gill and a gold orange belly. We see a Suro gill, a matte chartreuse blue back, and a black. Okay, so those are available. Let me spec it out now. It's 3.5 inches, 1 2/5 ounce, so 90 millimeters, 40 grams. Okay, so it's a pretty good sized bait, but I'm super stoked to get this in. You know, right now our fish are really feeding heavy on bait in shallow water, and as we get into the fall, it's just going to increase in the shad size, and the bluegill profile are getting bigger and bigger. So this is the perfect addition to that. So if you guys have been waiting, they are in new this week from OSP. All right, while we are on crankbaits, big restock of a few key colors in some of the Blitz series cranks. So I know a lot of you guys have been chomping at the bit. This is the time of the year where you northern guys in Michigan, Wisconsin, New York, you guys are starting to jack them on the OSP cranks. I wish we could bring the whole product line in. We brought the whole color line in a couple of months ago and they flew out, and OSP is literally out. So they're trying to reproduce. So if you guys have been waiting, Blitz Max DR, Ghost Minnow, Vanilla Chartreuse, both back in stock, and they won't last, even though there's a bunch. Blitz EX DR, Vanilla Chartreuse, Sunny Gill, Real IU, which is a relatively new one and super dope color. Crystal Blue Shiner, those are back in stock. Blitz, or Tiny Blitz DR, we see a return of all the colors in that. So this is the small profile. You know, Tiny Blitz DR is 45 millimeters. It's just under 7 grams, so it's a 1/4 ounce, but it still gets down and dives into that 12 to 15 foot zone. So super dope one. All the colors are back in that. And then Tiny Blitz MR, full restock plus some new colors. So we see Impact White, we see Gold Black, we see some new reddish craw type patterns. So those are available as well this week from OSP. All right, we also see a restock this week in a couple of our favorite wake baits from OSP. We see a return of the Daibuzzin heavy hitter, as well as the OSP Buzzncrank. And we see a return in pretty much all of the colors, at least all the key colors, like Ghost Minnow, Real Bluegill, Crystal Blue Shiner, etc. If you guys aren't familiar with these, we've talked about these before. I won't waste a ton of time on them. By wakebait standards, these are some of the best wakebaits on the market. The OSP Daibuzzin heavy hitter is definitely one. It's hard to get away from this guy. It's the perfect size. I'll spec it out for you real quick. It's 64 millimeters, so 2.5 inches, 17 grams. So a little over 1/2 ounce, about 3/5 of an ounce, okay? It's got a really loud knock. But what the Daibuzzin heavy hitter does better than anything else is it pushes a tremendous amount of wake. When you see this in the water, it just creates this great wake behind it. So literally, it wakes under the surface and it drafts and it just looks super dope. So there you go. If you guys have been waiting, those are back. The Buzzncrank, of course, is a staple when you guys need something smaller profile. This would be a great one in ponds, in little lakes, because it's a much smaller profile, and it still has that same hit, that same sound, but in a much smaller profile. So if you've been looking for OSP wakes, those are back. All right, new this week for us from OSP, one of their newer I-Waver style baits. This is the OSP I-Wave 60. Okay, so let me open one of these up. Now, we talk a lot, which color do we want to open up? Let's open up this one. I like moist Wakasagi.
I know you do.
So, I-Waver 60. This is a slow sinking, basically do nothing style bait, right? Super, super popular in Japan, but a lot of you guys have been requesting this because it is a really good one. Just, you know, typical OSP fashion, they take a bait that every brand makes and they do small little tweaks on it just to make it slightly different and honestly, slightly better. So what you're gonna notice first on the I-Waver 60 is it has a joint, okay? Now, all these iMotion baits are really designed to mimic the very lifelike natural action of a bait fish as it swims. So when you look at bait fish, they don't have this big motion to them. They're super chill, right? Most of the time, their bodies are pretty straight and their fins are just kind of moving, right? So the same concept, same idea here is that if you straight retrieve this, it pretty much just comes in straight. You're gonna get just a slight little motion from the tail. Now, because it's jointed, you can twitch it every once in a while and it will dart and it will move, so it can look like an injured bait fish kind of moving through. You can shake your rod tip real lightly and you can get it to just kind of quiver there. So a lot of different things you can do with it. If your fish are getting picky and they're eating tiny little bait, this could be a great thing to try. Definitely spinning rod or BFS setup. I'll spec it out for you guys. All right, 60 millimeters, 2.6 grams. So it's pretty light, right? So under 1/8 of an ounce. Okay, so you're definitely gonna need probably spinning, or if you're really good at BFS. But super dope, it's available in all the colors now in the super slow sink I-Waver 60 from OSP. All right, couple of new color additions in the OSP Waist Pack this week. We see blue denim. You could have told me it was upside down. Thanks, guy. Blue denim and black denim. Do you need a beer? I didn't even offer you one. What a dick. Do you want a beer?
No.
Okay. So the OSP Waist Pack, we've been bringing these in. They fly out of here really quick. It's really an amazing waist pack. Obviously, it's built really well. You'll notice it's a very streamlined design, really kind of designed as a minimalist approach, right? So a lot of these, if you follow any YouTubers in Japan, you'll see a lot of these guys just wearing them on the boat, right? So they can keep their stuff here handy. Of course, it doesn't have to be that. You can fish it on, use it however you want to, right? So it has an external pocket in there for storing stuff. Has a big top pocket with a waterproof zipper that you can store, lunch boxes and different things. It's got internal pockets. So really cool, kind of black denim and blue denim, new this week from OSP. And then while we're on some soft goods, we see some color additions to their flat bill logo hats. Okay? So we see a black and green, we see a black and white, and these all have that kind of raised 3D logo on them. There's no yawning in these videos, Jeff.
I'm sorry.
Did you not sleep
Flat
well?
bill hats are so cool.
Yeah, they're dope, dude.
The ASU color?
There's a mustard, and there's a blue and gray. So
What is
scoop
that,
those up before Jeff
Detroit
grabs
Lions?
them. What?
Yeah, that's
Nobody
like the-
follows the Detroit Lions. Even people in Detroit don't like the Detroit Lions. All right, huge restock this week in OSP soft plastics. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for some of these to be back. So almost everything you've been waiting on should be back. So I'm just gonna fly through these. The OSP Dolive Beaver. This is one that, flies out of here. It's become our favorite free rig bait. We've shown you guys a ton of videos on this. It's got an amazing kick, amazing kind of dolphin motion as it falls. When the weight stops pulling it, it switches to a horizontal fall. It's really the most lifelike crawdad motion imitation bait that I've seen. So 3.5 inch size is the main size for free rig or jig trailer. There's also a 4 inch size for kind of flipping and punching. And then there is a 3-inch size as well for either lighter free rig or for Ned rig or little ball head. All the colors are back in this: June bug, Amazari, green pumpkin chartreuse, and then the Magnums are back as well if you guys just want something nice and meaty. So you've been waiting on beavers, and Jeff loves himself some beavers, don't you, Jeff?
Oh yeah.
Those are back. Also, huge restock as well. Get up there, Magnum Beaver. Huge restock and new color additions in the OSP Action trailer. Now, the Action trailer is a trailer that we've talked about a lot for using behind a lighter chatterbait, specifically that stealth blade. If you guys are throwing those smaller vibrating jigs, smaller chatterbaits, or that stealth blade jackhammer, this is an incredible trailer for that. Of course, you could use it on a jig, a swim jig, spinnerbait, but all the colors are back, and then we see some new colors as well. Smoke neon comes in, smoke shad, green pumpkin. Don't know why we've never had green pumpkin in that, but everything is back in the Action trailer this week. Since a lot of you guys have really been jumping on the free rig, right? We thought we would expand the free rig bait offerings from OSP, and we've totally expanded the OSP Dolive Shrimp line and added new colors. So the Dolive Shrimp is a really great free rig option. It's got incredible action under the water. It's available in a 4.8 and a 6-inch. It's also in a couple of smaller sizes, but the 4.8 and the 6-inch are kind of the key sizes in this guy. You notice the Dolive Shrimp is super ribbed, right? It's got little dangly things on it, and it's got these great little tentacles that are just gonna basically flap and fall and just get all kinds of motion. It's got a hollow head for trapping air. Just a very unique bait, definitely designed to look like a shrimp, smell like a shrimp, but they crush it on the free rig. There's a lot of other things you guys can do with it, but if you guys are looking for something just different, with a different fall, different sink rate, the Dolive Shrimps are amazing. So all the colors are back, as well as new color expansions, so definitely check those out from OSP. All right, while we are on free rig, return of usually my starting point, and I know a lot of you guys have been really getting into these guys, the OSP Dolive Stick. Now, there's so many things you can do with the Dolive Stick. We've talked about before, the Dolive Stick is basically a Senko fluke kind of hybrid. It is a stick bait, but it has a little more tail movement to it. So the 3.5-inch size for me is just stupid good on a free rig. You also put on a little ball head or shaky head. So we see a return of all the colors: green pumpkin, honey chartreuse, all the shad profiles, everything comes back in that guy. We also see a return of the 4.5-inch size. So again, you can certainly free rig this as well. The 4.5-inch size, as well as the 4.5 fat. These two, for me, are more of like a weightless Senko, right? So what you're gonna get in the Dolive Stick over a Senko is you're just gonna get a little more tail kick as it falls. So that Senko is just a real subtle quiver. The Dolive Stick is gonna have more swimming action to it. So if you guys have been waiting on any colors, everything is back this week in all sizes. We also see a huge restock and some new colors in the OSP Dolive Craw. So the Dolive Craw is one we talk about a lot here. If you guys watched the jig video that me and Griff talked about, you know, he mentions the Dolive Craw a lot because it's literally like the only trailer the guy throws. It's just an amazing jig trailer. A lot of things you can do. You can Texas rig it. So the 3-inch size is back in green pumpkin red, green pumpkin pink, black, blue, all the key colors. And we also see for the first time in a long time, all those same colors in the 4-inch. So the 4-inch is going to be basically a bigger jig trailer, or it works great alone as a Texas rig craw. If you guys aren't throwing the Dolive Craw, you should throw it. It's just a beautiful craw profile. It's got these nice kind of air pocket claws on it, but they're not too buoyant, right? So it's still a weighted, scented, salted plastic. So it's gonna be pretty naturally buoyant. So those claws aren't gonna like float up like bobbers, right? They're gonna kind of just give you a little bit of motion, and they're gonna kind of come to rest, right? So it's just a great kind of do everything craw. We throw them a ton. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting. So if you have, or you want to check out those for the first time, Dolive Craws are back. Brand new offering here at the Hookup Tackle from OSP. We're just going to keep expanding the line. You know, so if there's anything OSP that you guys want to see, definitely let me know. What we're doing is basically every time they make something, we're just grabbing it, right? So we'll just keep expanding it until all the OSP SKUs are here and we need a bigger store. So here we go. The HP Shadtail. arrives from OSP Japan. Now, the HP Shadtail is going to look very similar to maybe like a Swing Impact, right? But it's got a slightly different design. Now, these are available in 3 different sizes, a 2.5, a 3.1, and a 3.6. Okay, so again, you have this cylinder shape full of ribs, right? You have 3 little bulbous pieces right there, and those are basically just a marker system. Okay, so you can mark where your hook goes in, so you can have the same, when you place a bait, it can come out, the hook can come out the same place. You could also use it to put little rattles, little weights, a lot of guys do. But really what makes this different, it's a little bit thinner design, so it's not a true round shape, it's more of an oval shape. And then the tail in the back is a little bit thinner, so it's going to have a little faster vibration in the back versus a longer movement. So it's very, very natural. These work great. If you follow OSP Japan at all, you'll see that they use these all the time as like spinnerbait trailers and jig trailers. You can also fish them on their own. So all the key colors, your green pumpkins, your wakasagis, your chartreuses, morning dawns, electric wakasagi, they're all available. So everything is in stock, all 3 sizes. I think you guys will really dig this. You can free rig it, you can jig trailer, text rig, whatever you want to do. Shad tails in stock. All right, and we also see a return of some of the key colors in the OSP Dolive Shot. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for Iwamizu Red Flake and Green Pumpkin to return. They are both back. Now, Dolive Shot is the back gliding bait from OSP. It's designed to rig backwards so that when you pitch it by cover, it will glide away from you or underneath whatever your target is. It's also a great kind of tube alternative. You can fish on a tube head, or it free rigs amazingly well. It does have a horizontal fall with those tentacles moving, so just a different look on the free rig. So all the key colors, everything is back this week in the Dolive Shot. And then we see a big restock in my favorite paddle tail, especially on a swim jig, the OSP Dolive Shad. So the 3.5-inch size, the 4-inch size, the 4.5-inch size, everything returns. This has really kind of become my go-to swim jig trailer. Jeff and I basically ran around a bunch of ponds in Florida, throwing the swim jig with the Dolive Shad. It's just a great one. It's just an in-between, like a K-Tech and a Spark Shad. So it's not too much movement, it's not too little movement, it's kind of just the right balance, a little bit of head roll, right tail wag. It's a great one. So if you guys have been waiting on any colors, scoop them up. All right, while we are on the topic of swim jigs, whether you're going to use that new OSP Shadtail or use the Dolive Shad, our OSP swim jigs that we talk about all the time, the Slipper jig and the Weed Rider, we see new sizes come in both of those. So in the Weed Rider, this is going to be the bigger, longer shanked hook. We see the addition of a 3/4 ounce. So I know a lot of you guys, like us out here, are fishing your swim jig in deeper water over structure with a swim bait on it. The 3/4 ounce should be a nice welcome addition for that deeper water. And then in the Slipper jig, we see the opposite way. We see the lightest size offering, the 3/16 ounce. So if a lot of you guys are fishing ponds or aquatic vegetation or grass and really need to keep it higher, this is a great one for using with the 3.5 or 4-inch trailer. So there you go. Both sides of the spectrum, lighter, heavier, new from OSP. All right, and then we also see a restock in some of our surprising best-selling soft plastics. Jeff and I both shake our heads every time bug baits fly out of here, but the HP Bug is back. This is the crazy soft plastic bug larva imitation. It just kind of slow sinks and quivers its way down there. They eat it, and you guys have been jacking them on it, so those are back in all colors. And then my favorite, the MMZ, returns in both sizes. The MMZ is the super lifelike night crawler soft plastic from OSP. You guys have seen us talk about it before. In improvement now, they now come in a bag. So when you buy the MMZ, you get the bag for free, Jeff.
You know what? After the next step after this is
what?
There's gonna be dirt in there.
Well, as there should be.
I'm surprised
I think
that
they
there's
were
no dirt.
I think they were better out of the bag. Oh, they look so much better like that. So there you go. The Nightcrawler style bait. I mean, just super lifelike.
There you go.
Soft plastic, right? Oops.
Oh.
Nightcrawler on the ground. Sail on that one too. So there you go. They're designed with this natural nightcrawler coil to just look exactly like a nightcrawler when you're pulling it through the water. You can drop shot it. You can just you know, put it on a little nose hook and throw it out there. So if your fish are feeding on nightcrawlers, and everything feeds on a nightcrawler, there you go. 2 different sizes, all the key colors, back from OSP. All right, back in stock, plus a couple of new color additions this week in the hand-tied punch skirts from Teckel. Now, we brought these a couple weeks ago. We had our friend Hideki, the owner of Teckel, hand tie some of these special for you guys, and they flew out of here, and a lot of you guys missed out on this. Now, if you're not familiar, this is the same bead, same skirt material, same hand tire of the Paycheck punch skirt. So it has that hardened plastic bead that doesn't sink your bait. It's unbreakable, so you can use any punching weight you want. It will help slow the rate of fall as you guys are punching or flipping. You can also use this on a drop shot, which we demonstrated a couple weeks ago, and just kind of give your drop shot more of a jig look. You can Carolina rig with it. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. So all the colors are back. The green pumpkin, the moneymaker, the grass cutter, the green pumpkin purple copper, right? Violator, everything is back this week. Plus, we see a couple of new color additions. We see, I'm gonna drop all of them. We see a black and blue and a cinnamon blue. Okay, so now you can really kind of custom match anything that you guys are doing, you know, with your soft plastics. So super excited to get these back. And again, these are all hand tied by Hideki himself. So they're in limited quantities. So this is exactly how they will come. They come 1 a piece, just like this. We'll just add them in your box. If you guys have questions, let me know, but you guys will really enjoy these. All right, let's jump to a brand new company for us. We see the introduction of the JSJ bait company. So this is basically a master swim bait maker, Josh St. John. He is making some baits for us. He has collabed with all kinds of brands, River to Sea, and you know, some of the bigger brands as well on swim baits. We see 2 new swim baits this week, and I'll run through the colors with you. This is the 9-inch Trout recoil. Okay, so these are handmade, made out of a silicone base. They're going to be really durable. They feature a top hook. They feature a weight system in the belly that you can cut out and adjust. So you can adjust your sink rate if you wanted to. It has a special recoil tail, so just amazing action on it. And again, that silicone material is going to be really durable, so you don't have to worry about the thing breaking in half on the cast like some other ones. So just very lifelike look to it. I know a lot of you guys are big into swim baits, like the second best YouTuber in Arizona is. Right, Jeff?
You are? Mr. Second?
I'm trying to get there. Okay, so let me fly through some of these colors. Super dope, really excited to get these. Now they're gonna be in limited supply because every bait is handmade here in the USA by Josh. He is hand pouring them and hand painting them, right? So it's a one-man crew. So they're not super fast to reproduce. So I wanna make sure if you guys are interested, you can get your hands on them. So let's fly through the colors. So we see Phantom Shasta. The one I was just holding up, the Phantom Light Green. So the Phantom is gonna basically be kind of like a clear transparent, okay? Phantom Dark Green. Albino. Or Lightning, whatever you wanna call it, right?
Palomino.
This is the damn trout we were trying to
that
catch
was your
earlier,
stupid trout.
right? Yeah. Phantom Smoke. It's more of a grayish back. Kokanee. Phantom Dark Green. And we already did that one. Phantom Light Green. Who's putting all these in my pile? So there you go. There is the color run, the 9-inch Trout from JSJ, available now. All right. Another new bait addition from JSJ Bait Company. We see the addition of the Hitch 6 recoil. So this is going to be a true 6-inch soft plastic swim bait. And again, this is going to be that silicone style bait. So it's going to be very durable, very buoyant. It's got a very special tail that not only wags, but it also turns as it's wagging. So it's going to create a very unique look. A lot of action in this guy. You'll notice that each bait has a harnessed spring in the face of it, okay? So, you know, gone are the days of having to do, you know, your own CPS spring where it tears out of the face of the bait. It's going to be reinforced on the inside, so you can take the CPS spring off your favorite beast hook. You just untwist it just a touch, and you can attach your beast hook on, and then it's harnessed and reinforced in there, so you have that nice weedless presentation. So really excited. I know you guys are going to catch a lot of fish on these, and again, they're all hand poured, hand painted by Josh, so they are going to be in limited supply. So let me run through the colors with you real quick. So there's a Ghost Minnow, there is a Delta Shiner. Dude, that one should crush in Florida, huh?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
There is a Silver Ghost. There's a Spring Hitch. You're saying that one for plus?
No, the other one.
There's a Light Hitch.
That's a goldfish one.
Yeah, I don't see how they don't just destroy that thing. There's a Carp. Chartreuse Shad. And finally a Silver Black Fish. So scoop those up, new this week from JSJ. All right, a few important restocks in Megabass this week. Let's start with tackle storage. We see a return of all the clear pouches. Clear pouches came back a few weeks ago. They flew out of here. So back in stock now in all the sizes, the small, the medium, and the large. Remember that the small and the medium are gonna have that internal kind of mesh pocket, so you guys can, you know, store your hooks and weights on the front and then your plastics in the back, or whatever it is that you want to do with a mesh pocket. Knock yourself out. So all those are back. We also see a return of the multi-inner case this week in all the colors. So the green camo, the orange camo, the black, these are all back in stock. This is just a great storage solution, either for shore fishing or for the boat. You can store soft plastics in there, you can put swim baits in there, you can put lunchbox in there, you can put tools, whatever you want to do. It's just a sexy little case. So those are all back from Megabass. All right, we also see a return this week in a couple of key saltwater items. The Or-pois are back. You ever thrown an Or-poi, Jeff?
I did, yeah.
So I saw that you were doing some tuna stuff. Great video, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you made a lot of casts that obviously sucked because you didn't catch anything for a long time in that video.
Yes.
So it's kind of just like swimbait fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was fun to watch. It's cool to see the boils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
So the Or-poi is designed to basically be similar to like an iron would be in saltwater, but just to give a different look. So, you know, it's made out of a like EVA foam, so like a hard foam. It is a wired through bait, so you know you don't have to worry about sticking a big one. If the bait ever happens to crack or anything, it is all attached to a steel wire through the center. You can cast it, you can twitch it, you can work it like a jerk bait, or you can literally just wind it as fast as you can. This thing will come through the water. It also works great for stripers and surf fishing, as well as freshwater. We've caught stripers out here in boils on it. So a lot of different things you can do with it, available in a ton of different colors. That is the Or-poi. And then we also see a return of one of my favorite jigging spoons here in freshwater, even though it was designed for saltwater. This is the Metal X Waving Rider. So you'll notice that it looks a lot like an anchovy. It's got that same kind of anchovy look to it. This is an amazing spoon when they're eating small shad, small bait fish down deep. We stroke them on it. One of the coolest things about this spoon is that it comes already pre-rigged with all the hardware. So it has, you know, it has that stinger hook up top with treble hook on the bottom. So literally you can just tie it on. You don't have to mess with changing out hooks and start your vertical jigging. So if you guys are into vertical jigging out here, it's a big deal as we transition from summer to fall. You know, we're catching them on the surface and we're catching them in 60 feet, like literally cast by cast, right? So this is one of our favorites, always tied on, back in stock from Megabass. And we see a huge restock this week in the Edovision 110+1 Juniors. Pretty much all the colors return in this guy. So if you guys have been waiting on any colors like Matte Shad, MG Wakasagi, any of the whites, you know, French Pearl, Stain Reaction, any of that stuff, those all return this week from Megabass. All right, we see a big restock this week in a couple of key soft baits as well. The Hazedong Shad in the 4.2, in the chartreuse back, and the Glow Pearl White return from Japan. These are the two new colors from Japan that flew out of here when we brought them in last time. So If you guys have been waiting for these to return, now is the time to scoop those up. And then it is definitely dark sleeper season. No, I've been following a lot of you guys on Instagram. You guys are smoking them on this thing. We see a full restock this week of all the colors, all the sizes in the Megabass Dark Sleeper. Definitely the most knocked off bait of 2021. Probably the bait that is the easiest and catches the most fish of 2021 as well. So if you guys have been waiting on any Dark Sleepers, they are back. All right, let's jump to some rods, some important restocks, and a couple of new additions this week in rods. So I know a lot of you guys are Megabass rod fans. Just a couple of important restocks because they aren't very deep. So I want to make sure you guys know that they came back. So if you've been waiting, you can grab them. TS Destroyer Blackjack. This is, we talk about it a lot here. This is our favorite kind of go-to swimbait rod for that 2 to 6 ounce swimbait. 7'11". It's one of the only like true kind of parabolic bend rods in their lineup. The last of the batch is here, and it's not very big. This is going to be the last of the Blackjack until spring. So if you guys have been on the fence, if you've been waiting, now is the time to grab them. Whatever we have is the last Megabass has until they get a chance to remake them. So grab those. Blackjacks are back. A couple of important P5 restocks as well. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting on some P5s, as have we, so stay tuned. Fall is still the ETA on most of these models, but we're starting to see some drops come, some just little leaks, right? So baby plugging is back. This is an amazing spinning rod for throwing little Koshira heads, a great drop shot rod as well. Those return. The Pop X Stick is back. This is my go-to BFS rod for small reaction baits. It's amazing. So those are back. The Dark Sleeper returns, so if you guys are looking for a Dark Sleeper rod, I use it a lot for spinner baits and that kind of stuff. It works great. And then the Whip It returns, so an amazing spinning rod. It's an F2 spinning rod. A lot of stuff you can do with this. So if you guys have been waiting on any of those models, those are back. All right, Daiwa Steez AGS. We've been talking a lot about it. We were missing one model from the line, and that was the 7.3 utility player. That has arrived. So 7.3 medium heavy fast action. So utility player basically means this is the rod to just do a bunch of different shit. It's a true 7.3 medium heavy fast jig and worm rod. Okay, so it is a true fast action rod where it's got just that little bit of a light tip on there so you can cast, you can feel some of the lighter weight baits, but then it speeds up. It's ultra light. Feel that, Jeff. 7.3 jig and worm rod.
Wow.
Weighs nothing. So you guys know I've been kind of blowing up the Steez line because I think it's important that you guys at least consider them, right? There's tons of great rods on the market, but this one has really been impressive, so it's worth a look. So if you guys have been looking for kind of an all-around half-ounce rod, it's really where it is. Small finesse, compact jigs, light Texas rig, that kind of stuff. This one will be money for you. So those are in. And then finally, let's wrap with Jeff's new favorite swim bait rod. We see a return, and literally this rod has bbeen out. I was looking at it for almost a year. I can't believe it. So Valkyrie has a $299 6'6" extra heavy rod designed specifically for throwing Megadog. And a lot of you guys have been waiting for it to return. It returns, okay? So they are back in stock. That's right, 6'6", extra heavy. It's rated for 5 1/4 ounce, so it's a great one for throwing Megadog and some other stuff without having this super long rod. Full cork grip. This is a one piece. Well, just in case that was still too long, they also developed a 6'1" extra heavy. So this one, just to differentiate it, same exact specs, by the way, the 6'1" and the 6'6", but the 6'1" is foam and the 6'6" is cork. Now, here's what I can tell you. I don't know why I need one of these 6'1s, but this rod makes me feel short. Feel that. Does it make you kind of feel midgetish?
Well, yes.
No offense, Carmen.
It's 6'1".
Hey, there's none of that here. Oh, Steve's for sale. So here you go, just two different options. So if you needed something even shorter, the 6'1" is gonna have a little more bend to it. So I think just because of the length, they had to make it a little softer, a little more parabolic through there. The 6'6", it has kind of that same bend at the tip, but because it's a little bit longer, it gets a little bit more powerful and fastens up. Again, same exact specs, but there you go. I know a lot of you guys have been looking for some one-piece shorter options for Megadog. iSlide, Swimbait, Battalion 190, all that kind of stuff. So Battalions, available now. All right, guys, that is a wrap for this week. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday morning with us. Cheers, my friends. I hope you have a great weekend. If you have any questions on anything that we covered, please drop it down below in the comments. I will get to it. Jeff will leave links to all the products. And again, if you can unsubscribe to Crazy Bass Fisher and make sure you're subscribed to the Hookup Tackle USA, at least, you know, for the short term, so I could pass him, that would be great. As always, guys, thank you for the business. Thank you for the support. Cheers, my friends. Have a great Sunday. Jeff?
I hope you know I've got 3 videos right now in the tuck ready to post.
Oh, so that's what you've been doing.
They're gonna blow up. So
I don't even need you. I'm gonna vlog.
I'm gonna come up, dude.
I'm gonna be a vlogger now.
Are you gonna be an actual vlogger?
Yeah. So it was nice working with you, sir.
Dude, thanks for the job for a year.
I will see you in New York. Deal? Survive the drive with Hippie.
Easy.
All right. See you in New York. Peace out, my friends. Again, if you guys are in LA, Orange County, and want to hang next weekend, I will be there. So jump on my Instagram. You can see the deets, and I will see you guys soon. So cheers, my friends. Have a great weekend.